I've got mine going, and it's working. There you go.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started, and welcome everybody again, and welcome to the Facebook Live crowd. We're going to be hearing today from Jena Apgar, who's going to be sharing with us on how to launch a lead generation campaign. And as you know, this will be fast moving with a lot of information, and so take notes, and hopefully the video will record it so you can go back to the Business Growth Network or her page and watch it again. So with that, I'm going to let Jena have all the time she needs here. So welcome, Jena.
I don't know what you're talking about, talking fast.
Talking fast, a lot of information.
Never do that, right? I'm really sorry about that. But I did learn how to speak and teach in the military, and it was all about just delivering it really fast and getting the main information out there. So before I even get started, somebody was asking me, what is a subscriber, or is it a lead, or is that somebody who's actually going to be a customer? And I wanted to kind of break it down. One, you're going to have two audiences, sort of. They're all going to be in the same CRM, email campaign, leads, subscribers, whatever you want to call them. Does anybody remember when Susan was here? The last thing I can't remember what her last name is right now. Hamilton. I thought it was. Wasn't sure. And she kind of hit it right. There's two different crowds. There's the crowd that will actually be your clients, right? Those are important, right? You want the people who are going to pay you money. But there's also the people who are just going to hang around and collect your information and your value for free, and they'll never pay you a dime. And you need both. So when I say subscribers, I'm really starting to just build that first pull, right? But without that first pull, you can't pull your leads, your clients, and your qualified contacts that you're going to make that profit and those dollars from, right? Everyone kind of square on that? So when I say subscribers, I generally mean put into an email system. I know some of y'all may not like email systems, or maybe you can't use them because you're with certain kinds of companies. But there's different ways to do it. Facebook now has a platform where you can pull them in through Facebook. You can do it the old school method in the phone book, that thing with paper in it. I don't know what those are called anymore. And I've even built them out in Evernote. It's just obviously the email system is gold. I don't care what marketer says email is dead. They're lying to you. And that's usually just a clickbait switch. They'll tell you email's dead, and they're either going to sell you something else, or it was just to get you to come read their article, and where they're going to say it's like sarcastic. It's like we did an article with Melanie, and it was why you should not hire a voiceover, right? And it was all sarcastic. So that's the only reason you'll ever see this. So subscribers, if you see something that says, join my newsletter, I'm basically talking about getting their email information, getting away from just having pixeled audiences, getting someone you can actually call, that you can actually contact, that you can get a hold of, and you can get them in your store, you can get them to buy your products and your services. That was just, wanted to make sure I have that. So I have rebranded. For those of you who know me, I was trying to force myself into one little box, and where I started was not where I ended. And I thought I'd just be a little bit more honest with myself that I'm not nice. And I build a lot more strategy and business operations than just working with brands and doing the pieces. So along the way, I've kind of gotten certified and smart and partnered up with people who are smarter than me. And I have a lot more templates because of it. Good. So a lot I'm going to talk about too is I know I've asked several people in here to have a blog, and I know some of y'all cannot, but if you are allowed to, there's no reason you should not have one, because it's like free if you have a website already, and it's not hard, and it's going to help with everything I'm going to talk about, because a blog is not your journal, it's not your little place to rant about your feelings, it's a media channel. How many people here can afford to have a Super Bowl Sunday 30-second commercial? Anybody? Crickets? A blog is a media channel, and you can drive traffic to it, and it's not going to cost you much of anything that you're not already paying for. One of the problems that I think everyone in here, every single person who ever comes and talks to me, especially if they don't know me, is they are asking me, how do they use Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, email, SEO, blogging, social, these are all the buzzwords. How can I profit off of Facebook? How can I send an email and make money? I see people doing it online, and I want to do that too. And originally, that's what I was getting hired to do, and I would just do exactly what I was told, like a little cog in a machine, and I would just provide social media, or I would just send out email, or I would just write content. And then everyone complains that they're not making money. Does anybody play on the internet, or they play on all these things and they don't understand why they're not making any money? Anybody? No? Okay. Yeah. The ones that are not raising your hands are lying to me. Lying.
Or we know you.
Or you know me.
We know you're not nice, and we're afraid you're going to attack us if we answer wrong.
These are traffic sources. You cannot make money on them. Facebook has a little platform where you can sell your goods, and that's all in good, and that's something they're working towards, but it's not happening. These places don't make you money. They don't. They are just a traffic source. And where do you send your traffic to?
Website.
Website. That's the one you own, right? Any one of these can go under at any given point in time. If Trump didn't get the presidential nomination, I promise you Twitter would have been gone. Seriously, the only guy keeping that around. You have to send it somewhere. Now, people might say, oh, you know, do, Lead Pages or some of these other ones, but your web page is gold. And if you really want to grow your business and you want to get the most bang for your buck, you need a website. You really, really, really need a website. And where do you send them on your website? Your homepage? That's a great way to waste all your money. Waste all your time. Just send them like, yeah, go to like JenaApgar.com, and they're just going to sit there and be like, okay, well, what do I do now? People are sheep. I think I was just watching Mad Men, and they actually said that. People are sheep, and they just want to be told what to do. Tell me what to buy, tell me what I need, and they go to your webpage. If they are dropping on your webpage, does it tell them what to do? Are you going to offer them value in advance? Will you offer them a lead magnet? Anybody know what a lead magnet is?
A free ebook.
A freebie. We'll kind of go into some different options. And so you offer them a freebie, then what?
You get their information.
You collect their info.
You get their info, and then what?
Then you provide a suggested product for them to purchase.
Like what?
Service.
Whatever
you sell.
Content? Something?
Another book, a real book.
There's a whole machine after that. You can't stop. And even if I build you out a lead magnet, and even if I built this whole machine out for you, which I've done for a couple people that come here sometimes, if you don't turn around and come back to this and drive traffic to it, it's worth nothing. So you can have the whole funnel. Lots of people build out funnels for their businesses. If you don't drive traffic to it, then you've got nothing, right? That's my whole presentation. Okay.
We did say you just did it today, so.
I did, right? So that's it. That's it. So Karen was nice enough to say what a lead magnet is. A lead magnet is just something irresistible. The fact that it's free should not make you think that it's cheap or it's not worth spending a lot of good time for. As your business develops, you'll know what people want. If you've been doing the Vision Challenge and you've been discussing ideal clients and their pain points and what do you actually want to do and what services you're going to be providing and what outcomes, if this is your big product up here, what's a smaller one? What's something that ties right in there? If you could take a hammer and a chisel and knock off a corner, what is that? And then if you could take a tiny piece of that, what would that be? And that makes the best lead magnet. But it should be super specific, super short, consumed in 5 minutes. So those massive ebooks, I've downloaded my whole 100-page book for free. No. Nobody wants to read your 100-page book when they don't know you do. So it needs to be able to be consumed. I download lots of lead magnets. I was just saying I get like 600 to 1,000 emails a day, and part of that is my junk email, where when I'm doing research for clients for their competitors, I put my information with their competitors to see what they're dishing out. And they have so many lead magnets, some of them, I just look at them, I'm like the 100-page ebooks, I'm like, I'm not reading this. It's too much. I had one where the print was like size 9 on the screen. I was like, that's definitely not happening. Like, I get that you're a psychiatrist and you wanted to write the whole book to establish some credibility, but I'm not reading that. So I'm going to give you 8 examples of lead magnets. Not all of them are relevant to every single one of you, but if one jumps out at you, write that down, okay? The worst one and the most common one is a report or a guide. And I say the worst one because remember I said it really needs to be specific and short and itty-bitty. Make them pay for the guide. Give them one little short bit. So one of the examples I thought was hilarious legitimately creepy, was this guy has training on how to get women, right? And his lead magnet was how to know if she's ready for a kiss. I still think it's really creepy, but it worked really well. The guide to report, see that little one was very short. It gave you just one, it was like 2 paragraphs long, it just took you to another web page, gave you the information, and then left it at that. The whole guide and the report, I'm just downloading it and I'm not reading it. So if you have it, sure, that's nice. If you're selling a product that's $10,000 a year, that's something you should definitely offer, but I wouldn't lead with it. Lead magnet 2, and these work super well, are cheat sheets and handouts. Looking at you, Randy, if you have, there's something that your clientele, when you're thinking about the proposal business, whether it's a proposed outline or 10 ways you're ruining your proposals, there's something you can craft that is specific and that they would want that's tiny. Maybe it's a formula to follow or something like that can be done. Third one, a toolkit or resource list. I actually have one of these because everyone's like, oh, well, how do you build all your stuff out? I just want to do it myself. Well, that's great. I'd rather you hire me, but I get it inexpensive. But they do ask for toolkits, or if I meet with a mom or a veteran business owner, I can just flip them over into the toolkit and I can tell them everything that I use and they can try to do it themselves, fail, and then come back and hire me.
Can I ask a question?
Huh?
Do you want me to wait and ask a question?
Go ahead.
at the end?
No,
Okay, so if it's a toolkit or resource, it's still going to be something short that you're giving away as a lead magnet, so it's free?
yeah, lead magnets are free.
Right, and so I was just trying to connect where you were saying, I'd rather you pay me to do it, but you're just saying that for that person it might be a good...
Yeah, remember, we're building a lead. We're building the big audience because we need those people. Like, it's gotten so much where I have helped so many different people, especially in my community with the mom groups. If somebody in the business pages is looking for help, or they're looking for a speaker for the things that I do, I don't even have to follow those groups anymore. Somebody will post a request, and 5 people will tag me. Like, it literally just happened. That's what I was typing up over here. I got a speaking engagement, speaking at the Plano Chamber. I didn't have to reach out or work for that. There's my audience that I've worked with, that I've added that value in advance for, is grown to be such, it's hit that tipping point where I don't have to go out there and market and referral hunt all the time. If somebody needs something, somebody else refers me. So once you build up that base, then if you have their email address, if you have an offer, if you've got a new insurance carrier, you can email all those subscribers you have and say, hey, have you considered what happens if, you're in a car wreck and you're disabled? Like, you're still alive, but you can't work. Do you have an insurance for that? Because we have something for you. Whereas if you don't have that email list, how are you gonna contact them? Put it on there in Facebook and hope everybody sees it organically when they run out of room in the middle of summer and your page gets 0 views, unless you drive traffic. So you have the subscriber list, you're offering them value for free. It's a little piece, you give them that, and then they're gonna be like, we'll get to the next level of that, but we're gonna start here, and I'll follow you up in here in a minute. The other one that's really effective right now too is video training, because sometimes people don't want to read. Anybody like reading? So most of the time you're on the internet now, you just want to watch it. You can watch something in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just click on over, and if they want to save the link, they can. If not, you just sent them into a series. They're pixeled now even, that's always cool. And that's nice and easy. Video training, obviously, or it might take a little bit more effort. As you can see, we've got like the Facebook Live going here. That's not inexpensive to do. If you want it edited and you want your logo in it and all that stuff, that obviously costs money. If you don't like your voice, you've got to hire Melanie. That costs money. A videographer could be $1,000, $10,000, depending on how complicated you want to do it. It could be you with your little selfie stick doing a video. So that one takes a little bit more effort, a little bit more like oomph, maybe not your first one, but it is really effective. Number 5, and I'm not sure that it applies to anyone here as much, is the software download or free trial. I don't think I have any SaaS people in here. The closest would be our own business growth network, and that would be like, and we make you pay for that anyway. So, discount or free shipping on effective products. Now, Coffee Dude, talking to you. One of the best ways you could start to grow and get your email list is you want people in the door, right? You still want them in their email inbox because you want to let them know what's going on and what's happening. Say if you want any kind of discount whatsoever, you need to give me your email address. And maybe even it's a cell phone. There's like you can do SMS texting too. That's not bad either. Most people just don't want that. But if you can send them a code and like maybe every Monday you have an offer, or I don't know, what's a slow day for you?
I don't know yet.
So, one of the tactics that Starbucks has used quite effectively is there are obviously slow days and slow times for them, right? They email offers out and say, we're going to send you an offer, and then they send you something, and it's like, come in on these 3 days, and it's like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 12 to 5.
And since I live right down the street,
I know, right?
It's very effective.
But if you have actual products, this is a very effective way. So if you have something people want, that's a way to get in their inbox and they're willing to do it for, and then you can start offering, buy one, get one free, or, whatever it takes to get the traffic in the first place. Number 7, these work really well, but it's definitely like a next level. This will not be your first one because it requires more technology and more understanding of who you're working for and why. And those are the quiz surveys. Have you ever seen those? Like, it could be everything from the really dumb one online, like you see on Facebook, like which Star Wars character are you? They're lead generating. You may not know it, but they're generating leads. They're creating a subscriber list. Let's say it is the Star Wars. You're going to start seeing Star Wars ads in your Facebook feed offering you T-shirts or something. Like, nothing online that any value is free. If you're giving up your email, if you're giving up your time, if you even go to a website, you are giving up something. Number 8, the assessment or test. So I know I offer one that they call. Calling me is not going to be a great one. Again, this kind of goes back to the quiz one-ish. If somebody can go through and click a couple things and you give them an assessment back. But again, it's one of the more complicated ones to put together, but it's very effective if you're, say, like dealing with contractors and government officials or something like that. Randy. Oh, I have another one. Look at that. Blind sales material. I'm trying to think if this would be even relevant to anyone here. There are certain products. I know when we were researching building a house from scratch that was going to be completely off the grid, you cannot find a price point to save your life online for the giant containers that holds thousands of gallons of water. They don't want to give you the pricing because, pricing might fluctuate, or I don't know, they have their reasons. But what a lot of them will do is they will give you the entire price list if you will just give them your information. Or if you'll type in, like, I prefer ones that only ask for an email, maybe a name if you want to prevent spam. Sometimes they make it really long, depending on how qualified they want you, and they don't want to pack their list in. But so blind sales materials, if you want pricing or you want to figure out everything somebody sells, they'll make it complicated on you. Another one that I don't have on there that kind of reminds me of this one is there's one company who has mastered or decided to create the training and be the authority for Chief Digital Officer. So you're not tech, you're not IT, you're not CEO. Your job is kind of like what I do sort of on a smaller scale, is to come into a company and digitize the heck out of it to save money. So before, when you go to his website, all you see is a kind of a big black screen that says who he is, and it says if you want to enter, you want my blog content, you have to give me your email address. It's a little bolder, but since his big thing is the content he provides, that's how he built his list, and people do it. So how do you then, after you've built a solid, attractive, succinct lead magnet, how do you get traffic to your lead magnet? The very wrong question. Wrong? Better questions. What offer will you make to them once they land there? Once you get there, are you going to be offering a coupon? Are you going to be offering a buy one, get one free? Are you going to be offering to do a free cell phone voiceover? Not free, cheap, inexpensive. A proposal review. So what is that next offer going to be? How well will these offers convert? So for everybody who gives you their information, how many people are going to turn around and take your next offer? How much is a visit to your lead magnet page worth? So per everybody who lands on the page, doesn't even give you your email address, how much is just a person landing there worth? how much is an actual lead worth? Like, these are all the numbers nobody wants to calculate because they seem hard, right? How much is a new sale worth to you? This one to me seems like the most obvious. Like, every single person in here should know the value of one person walking into you. Are they buying a coffee and a pastry? Are they buying $14 of coffee beans? Are they buying an annuity? See how much I know about finance? And how much does it cost you versus how much do you profit? How do you not know that? That should be like the first thing you know, right? And if I told you that every single person who visits your landing page, not puts their lead in, like put their information in, but just lands there, if I told you on average, calculating from what a actual customer is worth to you and dividing that by what you can spend on marketing per your conversion rates, now I'm going to get really techie on you. If each single person was worth $10 to you because you're selling high dollar proposal writing was worth $10 to you, would you drive traffic to it? Would you do everything you could to drive as much traffic as humanly possible to it if you knew that every visit was worth $10 to you? If you have a really good lead magnet and it converts, that's another one, it's got to convert, right? Your first one may not convert, maybe your seventh one does, it takes some time. The more you know your audience, the better. And you put a funnel behind it, which doesn't have to be incredibly complicated, just something to get going. That first one, building that first bridge from point A to point B, you have a machine in place to create regular income. Like regular leads that regularly call you, and you have value up front with that lead magnet, right? And you take them through a process, like the relationship. You don't go from walking to the bar being strangers and asking them to sleep with you or marry you, depending on which side of the equation you're on. If you've walked them through that process with a funnel, you have regular business. Any questions on that part? What do you need to get the leads? Traffic. But before that, how do you even get those in there? And there's a couple different ways. The one that most of y'all will recognize is the opt-in box, right? It's either a really annoying pop-up on the page and you're on your cell phone and you can't work it and it's annoying you because you can't even close out of it. So they didn't make it mobile optimized. If you've ever gone to a blog page, they're inside the blog, they're at the bottom, sometimes they're in the center, depends on how sophisticated they are. And it could be at the top of the page, in the footer, in the little byline. They're all over the place on sophisticated websites. If you don't believe me, go to Amazon. There's like boxes to opt in for different things everywhere. It may look like an ad and it'll take you to another pop-up, or if you go to, who was the speaker? Forgot his name last Friday.
Doug Grady.
I promise you, if you go to Doug Grady's website, he's got opt-in boxes all over the place. You're going to be inundated with opt-in boxes. Never even been to his page. I know it is there. The fourth one is going to be your landing page. Nothing is going to work better than just a straight-up landing page. For clients who don't have sophisticated systems, I just make this their front page. And the landing part goes on the top, and I put stuff below it, and then I might copy over and still make another landing page. The only thing that should be on a landing page in theory, though, is your offer. And a tiny little link at the bottom that says terms and conditions and privacy policy if you plan on spending actual like Google or Facebook ads because they make you. Other than that, the only option on that page should be sales copy and a place to opt in, and that's it. And from the landing page, once they put their information in, a thank you page. And that thank you page is like gold. Gold. Because, as Lloyd pointed out, what do you do right after they opt in? You're making them offer they can't refuse. Wasn't that The Godfather?
I'm going to make you one.
There you go, Randy. And this is an important offer because it's not your core offer. It is not your core offer. The goal of this offer for most, probably everyone in here, is for it to be less than $9, less than $7, as small as humanly possible to get their credit card or their cash or whatever it is that you want. Tiny.
And that offer is actually on the thank you page?
That is on the thank you page. You acknowledge them on the top of the page. Thank you for, wanting to accept this. It's going to show up in your inbox in 5, 15 minutes, whatever you like, whatever you think that it takes for them to consume that thank you page. The best thank you pages are probably going to have a video on them. Again, the video is nice, the video is more difficult. An old school one will just have some copy and make them an offer. And the point of this offer is critical. It pays for your traffic. It pays you to have the time or the resources to be spending money to send them to that page. And if you don't think that everyone else is doing this, go Google something. You know, every time you Google something, ads pop up. Click on those ads. Just not my husband's ads. When you click on those ads, they don't typically take you to just a blind web page where it's, robertshp.com. They take you to a landing page. Because if they send you just to your main website, it's not going to convert. Your main web page is not meant to convert. I don't think there's anybody in here I've seen their website that's converting. A landing page is a specific offer, and if you look at the ad, it will even tell you something special. There's an offer in that ad to make you want to click on that ad. You go and you see your offers on Facebook, you'll know there's a very specific offer that they're getting you. So that is the point. Keep it very specific, something small, something that makes sense to your lead magnet, and something that makes sense to your core offer. It's like the little middleman. You're trying to get them to know you. And the moment that they pay money, the nature of your relationship completely changes. They're no longer over here in this sphere of freebies, right? They're not just like, whatever. You've changed them from a nobody to a customer. And in their head, that's a really big deal. Like psychologically, you've taken it to the next stage in your relationship, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got to tie all that stuff together. You got to have an email. You have to have a place to take all those people in. You have to have a place to redirect them and hit them up. And plus, if you're going to spend all the time and effort to get your subscribers, to get your customer base, kind of makes sense to want to do something with it and write and use it. And so I can't stress this possibly enough. There are lots of clients that have spent several $1,000s with me, like $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 with me, and I build this whole system for them. Big, beautiful system, beautiful web page, great lead magnets, a complete CRM email system that's like pinging them at all the right times, that's calculating their deal scores. And the number one thing they don't do is then turn around and drive traffic. They're like, oh, I'm just going to hire you to build the funnel. Okay. I'll even toss some ads in there to get you started. You've got your landing page, you have your thank you pages, you've got videos. If you don't ever turn around and utilize that stripe here with that traffic, if you're not hopping on LinkedIn and hitting up people, hey, I've got this offer, if you're interested, hit me up. Paid, free, cheap, whatever. If you never send people there, it doesn't do anything, right? This is cool. I have it up here, Tripwire. This is that low ball offer I was talking about. It's kind of important. That's the one that changes the relationship. But you'll see there's a whole series here, right? It's not one little piece. You've got all those subscribers, put them into a system. I'm not even going to try to cover all that today because that's its own complication. But you're going from that free offer, you're going to that low offer. You're going to turn around and offer them your core product to write your proposal, buy your coffee, get in the shop. Massage, medical massage services, voiceovers, whatever. You're going to offer your core product, have something to up it. Whatever it is, have something else to offer them. If you do not have another product, sell them someone else's product where you get a piece of it. David knows that, right? Mm-hmm. David will take in a piece, send someone else and take 20 off the top. So send them around, make sure that you are hitting them up. And the thing that does this is completely you can automate that. All of it. You don't have to be there for any of it except I'm going to kill the TV. We already did it once, we're going to do it twice. All that can be automated, so all you have to do is answer the replies. Doesn't have to be too complicated. So the tripwire we kind of sort of discussed, that's that low ball offer. And again, it is only meant to be a low offer. It needs to be itty bitty. It needs to be inexpensive, and that's how you're going to pay for your traffic. Everyone in here is like, I don't want to do Google ads, it costs too much, and Facebook ads, it costs too much. So I wanted to throw in here a couple for those people who want to put that together or try it, but they're not ready to send money to it, or maybe they want to test it to see how it converts. Here's the low-cost ways. First one is Facebook retargeting. Yes, this is a paid ad. If you've pixeled your website, or if you have an email list, or you have a list of phone numbers, and gee whiz, I don't know possibly where you could get that kind of information. Networking, anybody? If you put that into Facebook, you can advertise to only those people. And now your cost for conversion becomes next to nothing because you're sending it to a highly targeted audience. And then lots of people say, well, I actually just had this conversation with the, I don't know, largest mechanical company or whatever in the United States. And they're like, that's not how we get business. We can't use Facebook. They're not on Facebook. That is a lie. Every builder in his family, every contractor, these people are on Facebook. Is there anybody in here not on Facebook? Anybody not have a Facebook account? Exactly. Y'all are on Facebook. So if you can get all those email addresses, if you can get their phone numbers, if you can prospect them and get something from them, you can advertise to them. And again, if you make it a video, I think my last video that I was promoting to a cold audience, so not even, you know, the kind of warm audience I'm talking to, the conversion rate was, or no, the watch rate was 2 cents a piece. Anybody like those kind of numbers? 2 cents? I think my conversion was at 96 cents to get their email address. How much were the leads you were asking to buy? 10?
It ranges from $14.95 to $34.95, depending on, you know, because
How many leads?
insurance.
One. That's for one.
Wow.
$14 for one lead.
And
That's
this is a
on the
good
cheap
business
side.
to be in.
Whereas
Selling leads.
Facebook, now we're talking less than $1. Not a bad cost, right? Someone else's email drop. So you're creating your own email drop, right? I only sell so many services, right? So if I'm looking at my own email drop, I don't write proposals. In fact, I hate writing proposals. If anybody's watching them like clients, if you're wondering why my proposals are out late, it's because I hate doing proposals.
We need somebody. to
If
do it
only my business owners had someone who wrote proposals that I know, liked, and trust, go out to someone who has your same clients and be like, hey, how much to send all your clients an email series about me? 5 emails, 1 email, something, in the side docs, whatever, something. How much to write a blog? Something, just send them to me, right? That really doesn't cost that much, and especially if you can create an ongoing partnership. Think the realtor, mortgage guy, I'm not the
Insurance.
title and insurance and all those people. That's like a perfect group, and they know this already, right? Go ahead and work together. Share your email list with each other. All trade, do a little partner roundtable, and you'll take turns emailing. You're just sharing a good reference. It works for them, it works for you. Win-win, right? How much? 5 minutes? I'm good. Run a contest. A little bit more complicated, right, for some of y'all, but depending on the people, that can work really well, and there's really inexpensive things out there to help you run it. Again, you just gotta drive traffic to it. Do a presentation. Again, gee whiz, I don't know where any of y'all could find a way to do a presentation. I don't know how much money y'all have spent in this presentation. Not this one, but other ones. And the other one is do videos. YouTube is free. Facebook Live is free. Facebook Live, you can, like I said, get a selfie stick and start talking. You may or may not want to cuss as much as people like Gary Vee or something like that, but find your audience, figure out how they want you to talk to them, and talk to them. Have a specific one. It's like doing the presentation up here. You don't want to speak in front of public. Are you comfortable speaking at home? Set it up right here and do the same presentation that you might do to people, but you're maybe too scared to, and do it in front of a camera to Facebook Live and upload it to YouTube. Fair enough? Blog guest post. Most bloggers, most companies want more content because content is king. If you are willing to write the content, they're more than happy to upload it for you. Maybe you pay for a bigger one, maybe you don't. Maybe you have to come with a super great idea. Maybe you don't. Maybe they just want something thrown out there. Melanie, how can you be featured on 2 or 3 of mine? So I've got 3 properties. Anybody in here, like, I don't know, a BG and Insider? Anybody? Yeah? If you're a BG and Insider, hit me up and I'll toss you on the blogs. And it doesn't take anything, and now you even have something to send out to your email subscriber, like, look, I was featured here. Melanie Murphy, I put hers up into a rotation on my Twitter account, and she retweets it. That works for me. She gets the stuff to hers. It all works out, and we're all a big, happy family. And when you're done, you ask questions. Anything? That was like a lot.
Told you to get a lot of information. Good job.
Good job, John.
No questions? Like, seriously? There's no way I
And
covered
yes,
everything.
questions. So the very first point you made, I'm just kidding. There are.
No questions?
So if you are not at the point where you're hiring a firm and you want to start to get some of those lead generators and create some of those funnels, what are the best steps to take to do that, to get there and launch a campaign?
I have a book here. It's not mine. I didn't write it. It's better than what I would write. You can get that book. There are some programs out there that make it a little easier, and I can send you a toolkit for that, right? It's not the easy part. It's a hard part.
So what you just outlined, this was the dumbed down version, right?
This is the non-tech part, right? This is the part where you don't have to get onto a website and code, right? There's a simpler version on Facebook with a company called MiniChat that you can build some of this out, and that one's only like $10 a month. The email system I use starts at only $10 a month, and nobody in here is going to go past $10 a month until they start driving serious traffic. And it goes to like $17. You know, it stays pretty inexpensive. And at the point that you have that many subscribers that you're going over 500, 1,000, 2,000, you can afford it, right? I think I was trying to print off an offer, man, me and the printer at FedEx did not get along. Anybody in here even have a marketing plan or know their ideal customers? Marketing strategy, the whole thing?
No, it's still working. on
For those who do want to, yeah.
Yeah.
For those who just
Our
want it
Monday.
built out for you, I think I was going to offer it for $450, and that's the entire marketing, branding plan, and strategy, and throw in the lead magnet. To build it for the people in here, $2,000 to build it all out, and that's because I love you. I think my last quote out for the mechanical company was 10 grand. So, but if you need help, that's the hardest part. Like, and you can go on and you can Google. Like, there's things like lead pages. I'm not a fan because now you're driving the traffic to someone else's website, and now you're not getting any of the Google SEO love on your website. To be able to put the opt-in boxes on your website, there's a company that will do it for $99 flat fee once a year. They don't actually do it, you still gotta do it, but it installs on your WordPress site, and it makes it easy for you to put those opt-in boxes without the coding. So you just fill in the stuff and it puts the code in there for you and populates it. There's lots of ways to go around it, it's just, that's the hard part, is building it. There's no easy way around for me to say, oh, it's super easy.
It's
So,
good you're not a liar.
yeah, I can't, there's no easy on that one. I'll let David come up here. You know where I live.
All right, thanks again, Jenna. Obviously, if you want to get more insight, best way to do it is do what? Set a one-on-one
One-on-one with Jenny.
with Jenna. Or if you're part of BGM Insiders, be sure and come on Mondays
Absolutely.
from 11:30 to 1:30, and you'll have access and can ask more questions, and we can, Jenna and or I can help you with any of that stuff. So anyway, appreciate everybody being here. For the Facebook Live audience, we're going to sign off, and again, thank you, Jenna, and hopefully we've got a good recording here. I'm going